In MuseScore 4.5, we're introducing an alternative way for you to enter notation on the score. Apart from the benefit this feature will bring to our existing audience, it was also designed to help those migrating from Finale, to provide them with tools which will make their experience feel much more welcoming and familiar. When you first open the app, you'll now see two main note input modes in the top bar. And for those who want to use one of our legacy modes, you'll find them in our customized toolbar widget, which lets you specify the modes you'd like to appear in the main bar. Getting back to our two main input modes, it's likely that only one of these will be right for you, depending on how you think about inputting music. Let me explain the fundamental difference between them. With our standard input mode called Input by Note Name, you specify how long you want the note to be, its duration, and then select the specific pitch you want, for example by pressing the letter A on your keyboard, which places it on the score. With our new mode, Input by Duration, it's the other way around. You first specify the note you want, and then press a number to set its duration, which places it on the score. Although this distinction might seem unimportant at first, it can be very powerful. Let me start by demonstrating how input by duration works with the regular computer keyboard. First, press the letter M to activate the input by duration mode. The first thing you'll see is a note head sitting in the middle of the stave, along with a marker that indicates the beat you're currently editing. If you now press the up or down keys, you can move this note head to your desired pitch. You can also use shortcuts like A, F, or E to move the note head quickly. Next comes the duration. By default, the durations in MuseScore are numbered 1 to 7 from left to right. So now if I press 4, it enters my selected pitch as an 8th note. Incidentally, if you don't like how these default numbers map to durations, you can change them in Preferences, Shortcuts. So why is this mode useful? Well, let's imagine you want to write this melody line. To do this, you enter the following sequence of shortcuts. First you press M to activate the mode, then up 4, up 3, up 3, 4, down 4, up 4, down 4 again, up 4, up 4, up 4, then the equals key to trigger the natural accidental, then up 3, down 4, up 4, and finally up 6. I've done this rather slowly for the purpose of demonstration, but trust me, once you spend an hour or two playing with this system, you can move very quickly with it. There are a few ways you can enter chords in this mode. The first is to press the left and right arrows to move back and forth, which allows you to add additional notes. You can also use the Alt or Option key in a Mac, along with the number on your keyboard. For example, holding Alt 3 or Option 3 on Mac, which will add thirds. Alt 2 or Option 2 will add seconds, etc. Lastly, you can use your mouse to select durations in the top bar and then place the chords manually. To enter rests, you simply press 0, which activates this rest toggle. Then enter a number to specify your desired rest duration. For example, 5 will enter a quarter note rest. Another big difference with our input by duration mode is that when moving pitches up and down, they move diatonically, whereas in the original input by note name mode, they move chromatically. The input by duration mode is even more powerful when working with a MIDI keyboard, which, in combination with your regular computer keyboard, allows you to write extremely quickly. Let's press M to enter the input by duration mode again. Now, using a MIDI keyboard, which you can see represented here, let's play a standard triad, which you'll immediately see represented on the staff. Then press 5 on your regular computer keyboard and the duration of this chord will be set to a quarter note. And you can keep doing this, chord 5, chord 5, chord 5, then chord 7 for this final whole note. Next, we've made a change to how you can input notes and preview instruments with the MIDI keyboard. First, if you select a measure, pressing notes on your keyboard instantly inputs them on your score. However, if you want to simply play your keyboard to work out a musical idea without notation being entered, just click away on a blank area of the score to deselect everything. MuseScore now remembers the last instrument you had selected, so you can play your keyboard to your heart's content until you're ready to continue inputting notes. If you want to return to our old default behavior, where you need to activate note input first before MIDI notes get inputted on the score, then go to Preferences, Note Input, and uncheck this option under MIDI devices. Now, as I mentioned at the start of this video, your approach to writing music will be uniquely your own, shaped by your musical background and expectations. With that in mind, there are a variety of powerful settings that allow you to tailor your preferred note input mode to suit your individual workflow. These are found by going to Preferences and choosing the Note Input category. First, there's a setting for those who'd prefer input by duration to be the default mode in all cases, for example, when you double-click on the score. Here's another important setting which reflects a big difference in how composers expect note input to work. Say you want to apply an augmentation dot to a note. Do you want it to apply to the note you're about to enter, or the note you just entered. This same question also applies to accidentals and articulations. To choose which option you prefer, you'll find the relevant option here too. By default in this new mode, as you move the note head up and down, you'll hear each pitch play. If you want to disable this, select the relevant option under Note Preview. For those interested in learning more about how to write music using our standard note input mode, there are other videos available on our channel, and I've placed relevant links to those in the description below. And if you'd like to keep up to date to learn about new features we're going to be adding to MuseScore Studio, be sure to subscribe to this channel.